Hello everyone, I am Abdul Hakim Daman. Tonight I'm going to talk about Zachman framework and the idea about the idea behind Zachman framework. But before talking about Zachman framework, let's have idea about enterprise architecture, as Zachman framework is usually used to design an enterprise architecture. Enterprise architecture is actually a blueprint that determines the relationship, the components of the enterprise and the relationship between these components, and the principles, governance, policies, responsibilities, and the like. Enterprise architecture helps the managers and business owners to take the right decisions at the right time. Enterprise architecture is very important to understand the enterprise and its behavior, to determine the current state as well as the future state or the target situation that the enterprise wants to move to. Also, it helps in analyzing the gaps and how to move from the current state to the future state. Zachman framework is one of the approaches which is commonly used to design enterprise architecture. The idea behind Zachman framework is to look at the enterprise as a system or as a product, just like an airplane or ship or train or the like. The idea behind Zachman framework is to build the system on the system players' views. Zachman defined 6 system players: the owner, the planner, the owner, the system analyst, the system designer, the system builder, and the system itself. John Zachman realized that the information required by these players are categorized at the same way, which is belongs to what, how, where, when, who, and why. So Zachman framework is actually a matrix of 36 cells, 6 rows and 6 columns. And as I said before, it is based on the system players' views. The first row is actually dedicated to define the scope and the objectives of the system according to the system planners' views. So the system planners' views will be executed and will be implemented in accordance to the 6 questions I mentioned before: the what, how, where, when, who, and why. So in the first cell, the data manipulated or required to be used by the organization will be identified. The processes and functions required by the organization or by the system are identified or listed in the second cell of the first row. Also, in the third cell of the first row, there will be, so we said the first column will be the where, which identifies the locations, the processes, and the functions determined in the second cell will be executed. The second row will be dedicated to model the business in accordance to the business owner's views. Business owners actually involves people who gonna run the business, or who gonna run the system, or play a vital role in running or conducting the functions and the processes in the system. So the same way, what will be determine the data required for this or for modeling the business functions and the processes will be defined in the second cell and the like. The third row will be dedicated to analyzing the business and to model the information systems and to determine the components of the information system. Fourth row will be dedicated to determine the designers or system designers views. Same thing, the data required, the functions and the processes will be determined, the locations where those data and the processes and functions will be implemented, and by who, why, and the like. For the fifth row, the system builder views will be determined the same way in accordance to what, how, where, when, who, and why. In the last row, the system itself, the information or the data related to the system itself will be required. This is actually a holistic idea about Zachman framework. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this video helps and adds some knowledge to your background. See you in next video. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.